obviously, welcome back after the first one, which was a roaring success. It's Masters Week, obviously, over in Augusta. Yeah, start of the golf season.
You got a bet on?
Not yet, because we're going to be chatting about it just now, and you've got your odds, so I'm going to think about...
I've got some serious bets. Even Shills has got a bet on.
You said she bets every year?
Masters, it's the... Well, other than the Ryder Cup, it's the best it's there, isn't it?
I know, but it probably is, yeah.
Who are you going to break into some, or can I ask you questions?
Go for it. You go and ask, if you want to ask questions, go
who do you
think's
going to win it?
Honestly, I'm thinking, as I said to you last week, I'm thinking Scotty Scheffler.
That's the easy answer.
But it's not the easy answer, because it's the obvious answer. You know, I'm thinking it's behind because there's two reasons. One, I'm a great believer in patterns in golf and patterns in sport. Now, you look back... I can
hardly see you now today.
It's probably not a bad idea, actually. Unless you can see the better. So, 2001, Tiger Woods. There was a comparison made the other day about Tiger Woods' 2001 season.
Do you remember 2001?
I do, remotely. I don't know what I was doing. It was probably... God knows what I was doing. And they were talking about his statistics. So, obviously, you had B. Hill, the Arnold Palmer, minus 15.
You're going to blow me away with something here because I'm hooked here.
Because there is a pattern here. So 2001, Tiger Woods minus 15 under par. 1 to 2 minutes. Scotty Scheffler minus 15. Okay. TPC, they were both trailing by more than 6 shots at the 36-hole cut. They both won it. What happened in the 2001 Masters? Tiger won his second Masters. What's Scotty Scheffler going to win? His second Masters.
That's quite good. That's quite a good start.
There are patterns there, and I do think there are patterns in any sport.
And do you think I'm changing his putter? Well, with Rory's advice, changing his putter's definitely helped him.
I think so.
And then, do you think anybody else will want to batter Rory for?
Probably, that's like Rory will be able to want to talk to Rory for the next 5-10 years.
And what about that 3-ball?
That's a hell of a 3-ball. And that they were saying, do you think the champion will come from a 3-ball?
I think that's to Rory's detriment.
I think so, because he's going to try and compete with
Rory won't play Augusta. Rory will play day 2.
He will do. Yeah.
And the commentators, that's a commentator's nightmare. Schauffele.
Yeah, Schauffele.
Scheffler.
And McIlroy. Yeah.
And I definitely think that's, as I said there, I think that's to Rory's detriment, because Rory will absolutely play them, because he'll mark their score.
He will. Aye.
And all he'll do is try and be one better every time. And the only thing I think that's got a positive for Rory, the back 9 is when they'll score, obviously. Mm-hmm. And Augusta's made for Rory, even though he's never won it. And I'm desperate for him to win it, to be fair. And I liked what Tiger said as well. He's far too talented not to win it.
Yeah, of course. And you know,
but I just don't know for 2 days with A2.
No. And that's the problem. How far behind is he after 2 rounds?
Schauffele he's just too consistent, I think.
But 2 of them, Xander Schauffele, you know, he hits the ball a mile. For a guy, it's like...
Do you know what? I sort of disagree with that. I looked at his averages the other day there, and it was 302. His longest drive in his life, believe it or not, it's 420. That's 302.
Is that all?
428 is his longest drive. And then obviously Scotty Scheffler, he's got his putting woes, and I'm not too sure if the mallet putt will definitely help him. It'll definitely help him at Augusta for stability, but it's obviously the undulations. And I remember when the Masters, and I'm digressing, that the Masters first came out, I bought a 3D TV just so that I could see the golf ball disappearing, and it was the worst TV I've ever bought in my life, to be honest. And it lasted the Masters, but that was it. But I don't know if that putt will help Scotty Scheffler. I think Xander Schauffele will benefit the most out of that 3-ball, because his utter consistency will get him. And then obviously how ugly Scotty Scheffler's feet are might put Rory off.
But that's what they're saying, for the guy who's got the least stable feet, he has the most stable club face through impact.
But you don't think for us normal golfers that
it gives you hope
when you watch? Exactly. I was arguing with Roddy the other day about this as I was talking to him, because Roddy's obviously got a drink. He's got a golf swing.
Problem, you're going to say.
It is actually. He's got a golf swing like a giraffe taking a drink. No. Because he's done his back in that many times. He's like so bent over, it's hard to believe. But I said to him, does that not give everybody hope? That I think so. It just doesn't matter where your body shape is. It's all about that dynamic loft. Obviously, when you're start to hit the golf ball and your club face is took on the right path, it doesn't matter what shape you're in. As long, I think Seve said it as well. Your golf swing can look like a dinosaur, but as long as you look like a beauty.
But Seve had a beautiful golf swing and then played golf with Eamon Darcy. What chance have you got?
That's a fair one.
You've got Eamon Darcy and Calvin Peete. I mean, probably 2 of the straightest drivers you could ever find with a golf ball, but 2 of the worst swings you could possibly ever have.
So that's a good point that you made before I interrupted.
Oh, so I made a good point.
You did there, actually. Right,
I think I make several.
I wonder what the odds are of the winner coming for that 3-ball.
I think it's pretty high. Yeah. So who's your outside bet?
Oh, that's a belter. I don't think anybody for Live will win it.
Right.
To be quite honest.
Okay, that takes
I think
out
outside,
half the field,
which is maybe not too far outside, but I think Victor Hovland's got a chance. I know he's changed his swing and he's
got a new coach, and
everyone's looking downtrodden for him, but he's just took 3 weeks off, and then when they spoke to him yesterday, he just seemed so chilled. Yeah. And I was working from home yesterday, and my poor Marcy had to sit and watch the golf all day long. And to be fair, she gets so excited when Rory McIlroy was on, because I was through the kitchen making a coffee, and she said, "Daddy!" But anyway, I was sitting watching that, and Victor Hovland, he just looked so relaxed. The other one, I
don't think the Masters is for him, but I do think
because he's shape, he plays a fade.
However, I do think, obviously we'll go into it later on, talking about who our tips are for the next 3 majors after this. He is one of my tips for one of the majors, and there's a good reason for it, because of the way the course is set up.
He'll 100% do so.
It will definitely suit him.
100%.
And I'm going to go against what I said last week about Rory not winning a major this year. I think Valhalla, going back to that, will absolutely suit him, because there's not...
Is that the...
It's PGA.
That's the PGA at Valhalla?
Yeah, and he won it last time. So it's a course that suits him. It doesn't have to be that straight, and there's not such a premium on putting. So for him, I think it's an ideal course. Plus, there's good memories. There's a good feel about it. My outside bet
for the Masters.
For the Masters, Brian Harman, because he can putt the lights off anybody. And the thing you're going to find is they're talking about this major storm tomorrow morning for 6 hours, and a lot of the guys who are in the afternoon might not get off. So they may have to try and play 2 rounds on the Friday, which means Tiger's going to be struggling.
Tiger. I was never Tiger's biggest fan. Mm-hmm. Never. But on ability wise, absolutely. But as a person, I just wasn't. And I'm sorry if you're listening, Tiger.
That's okay.
But I just never was.
A major lawsuit coming through the next couple of days.
He doesn't need any money, does he?
No.
I never was I loved him as a golfer. Amazing as a person. Was really my cup of tea. But
I think it's a different.
When he said he thinks if everyone comes together, he's so right. If everyone does come together, then I still think he's unbelievable golfer, and he's got more talent in his worst shot than I've got in my best shot probably. But I liked what he said about Rory, that he's just too good not to win a Masters. And I obviously that one he was 10 up and absolutely blew it. That will haunt him for the rest of his days, I think. But he has to win it, didn't he? And Jordan Spieth also said that he thinks that Rory will get his Grand Slam before Jordan Spieth gets it.
But there's lots of guys here that you could say deserve to win the Masters or good enough to win a Masters. And how long did it take Sergio to win? Yeah. And you think all those years when Sergio had
made for him as well,
near misses, and you think, Sergio won this, and he's in the right place at the right time. It took him a long time to actually get into the winner's circle. A guy who's incredibly talented, and when would you ever have said that about Sergio? A fantastic player.
So do you think that Augusta's made for the putters
this year? And I'll say, and the reason for that is
I almost thought it was made for the short game guys, because they missed so many greens.
I know, but they're saying major storms this year. But what they're saying is
it's only one day though. Then another 3 days are crazy hot. Exactly,
which means Saturday and Sunday the greens are going to be sort of all crusty, lightning fast. Brian Harman is one of the best putters on the tour.
His putter head's as big as my laptop.
I know, it is. You'd be just going...
But Adam Scott's in it. It's massive.
But the guy can putt the lights out of anything. And I think it's going to be a putting competition come Saturday, Sunday, unfortunately.
You at Covels, see Sam Cairns, the pro?
Yes.
So see Sam was an incredible player. But see if Sam could have putted like his dad. His dad was the first guy I heard them ever saying he puts like God. So if Sam could have his dad's putting, Sam would have been in the phenomenal. Sorry, I just threw that at you.
No, sorry, that's a thing.
But that thing is, we were talking about this the other day there, and Gary, I was saying, we all spend money on things like drivers. We all spend 550 quid on a driver, and we spend thousands of pounds on irons.
I think you spent a couple of pounds
No, but I did spend I've spent about £2.50 on it. With some zeros.
An extra couple of zeros there.
But the thing is, we were talking about this, in the club you use the most in your bag is your putter.
Right.
If you 2-putt every green, you're having 36 putts. You're not hitting your driver 36 times.
It's probably the least time you practice as well.
100%. And we did say to a guy, when you look at a scorecard, so what we did was, is on the scorecard, and you're marking it yourself in a bounce game, your first column was always going to be your score. Second column was going to be how many fairways you hit. Third column was going to be how many greens you hit, and the fourth column was how many putts you had. And we said, see, when you get to that, your end point, your count, your score, half of those shots will be your putts. And everybody's like, no chance. Like, have a look.
But it's the thing you probably go and spend the least amount of money on as well, and as you say, least amount of practice on. But it's the thing that can make the biggest difference to your score.
Couldn't agree more.
There's times that that we played golf and you think to yourself, I've hit the ball every bit as good as you, if not better, and you walk off and you've got a much better score than me because you get the ball in the hole.
I tell you the only thing I disagree with on that. Say that day though, I did play fairly well down at Covels.
Right.
That was Gary's putter, and Gary, that's my brother-in-law. Decent golfer, mid-handicapper, an amazing guy. The downside is he will play in any weather. Like if I get to the golf course and it's dry but it rains out there, I'm alright. But you get there and you leave the house and it's absolutely torrential. Gary's still want to play. But anyway, he gave me his clubs and I hadn't played in months. And it was a Nike putter.
How many months, Gary?
There's a few. That Just Roll, I think it was called. Mm-hmm. I mean, it felt amazing off the face, but man, it was so light, so ugly. But I did.
But you got the ball in the hole.
I did knock it in the hole.
You did get in the hole, and that's the biggest difference. And I think that's what's going to happen on Saturday, Sunday. I think it's going to come down to part time.
Do you think you would score in Augusta?
Would I score in Augusta?
Handicap is again.
Jesus,
sorry,
man. Three. But this is the thing. Do I hit the ball far enough for Augusta? I'd probably not it.
I don't know.
For an amateur, I hit the ball pretty far. But my God,
relative tees then. So no backs, middle backs at Augusta.
You mean the girls' tees?
No, the further one, the pitch and putt,
the further forward ones. I don't know if I. Honestly, if I broke 90,
do you want to know what they said? A scratch. Most of the pros said what a scratch golfer would shoot.
Lucky if they broke 100 or something.
Lucky if they broke 100. Did you play off? Sorry.
I've not got a handicap now.
Shark. You can hear the Jaws tune.
No. I'd probably say I'm about 18.
Right.
18.
Right.
Yeah.
Augusta. What's the best course you've played?
Probably Glen Eagles, maybe.
Aye. PGA.
Aye.
Nice.
Great course.
So nice.
But it is one of my favourite courses, obviously, up at Glen Eagles as well. But
so what would you shoot in Augusta?
If I broke 100, according to the pros, I'd be doing quite well. But I would like to think, you'd like to think...
You could break 100, wouldn't you?
You could get to you could hit a drive, because the fairways are pretty wide, right? They're pretty generous.
It's the lead up to the kind of end of the fairway and the beginning of the greens, and then the runoff areas are probably quite like our greens.
So you think about it, you think, right, even if I just decided I was going to take 3 shots to get to par 4s, right, just give yourself you probably get there a few.
Level 5s is 90, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I could shoot level 5s. You think, because you've got a few par 3s in there as well. You like to think maybe at least get 1 par 3, maybe a 2. Gary, I don't know. I'd like to think...
You see, to put my specs on here.
I know. You'd like to think you would shoot
I'll tell you, so
score. But
first at Augusta, right? So 445 yards, par 4. The historical average score on that hole is 4.2.
Yeah.
And it's only ranked 6 in the scorecard. Its lowest score in 1974 was just over par. By just, I mean 0.008. In 2007, it was 4.4, so 4.5. I think and then last year it was 4.1. So you imagine bogeying the first, which is the 6th hardest, and you've still got another 5 mega hards after that that are going to be doubles.
So you had a drive. Say 240.
So
let's just say 240. So a couple hundred yards to go,
and it's slightly uphill, isn't it?
Yeah,
towards the green. The wee gully.
Then you think to yourself, right? Okay, let's just hit an 8 or a 7 iron, knock it in towards things. So you're going to hit it, say 140, 150 yards. I'm just saying average. Mm-hmm. You're almost on the green. You're within 30, 40 yards. Could you chip and putt? Maybe. Chip it on as close as you can. 2 putts. There's an easy 5. I've walked off. I'm 1 over par on Augusta, so I'm okay. Second hole, you got a par 5.
Take a picture of level par after the first and walk straight off
and say, look at me. I'm level par at Augusta. Second hole, par 5, downhill.
585 yards.
Okay, but it's all downhill. Literally, it's all downhill. So you probably catch a decent drive. Could you go 300 yards?
That was ranked the easiest hole last year.
So if you walked off there with a par, that's weeks and one off. Yeah. The green is the problem there, because obviously the green with the bunkers, and it's the big sort of slopes on there as well. It depends where the pin was. If it's front left,
name, pink dog.
Yeah, front left, you've got a chance. If it's right behind that bunker, with the way the slope goes, you have no chance. Or the top left as well is quite. That's usually Saturday.
Do you want to go through these holes then? We'll do that.
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, okay. Because I'm 1 over par so far.
Well, no, I reckon it average of just under par. Bear in mind this is for the big boys.
Yeah.
Just under par. Last year 4.6, so most of them are birding it.
Let's give ourselves a par. Right? Let's not be too greedy. Right, okay, I'm 1 over. Right.
Well, I've seen your putting. So
maybe 5 over.
So Flower and Pete's par 4, 350 yards.
Do you know? Come on. I'm thinking
you're hitting the green on that, aren't you?
No, I'm not hitting the green on that. Don't stop.
No chance.
No, but I'm thinking par. Yeah.
So the average last year was the 13th hardest, and it was just over par. Yeah, so I'm getting you a bogey. There's no way
I'm taking par on that. You can take a bogey.
That's two over, isn't it? It's definitely 2 over.
I'm 1 over. Right, come on. Right.
Right. Get your driver out for a par 3. Flowering crabapple, it's called. 240 yards.
However, it's downhill.
It doesn't matter.
It does, isn't it?
No, it doesn't, because do you want to know?
No, but I'm going to say, yeah, if
1956, it's 3.5.
1956
so over par.
Were you playing then?
20. I was 7. So 2020, it was over par. Last year, it was nearly a full shot over par.
Was it?
It was the 5th hardest in golf.
I'm taking a bogey there.
At 240 with that massive bunk on the right hand side.
I'm taking a bogey. Because I'm going to hit it.
I'm getting you 2.
You think so?
You're now 4 over.
Okay, I'm
right?
3 over. No, I'm 3 over. Right, okay, so we're 3 over.
Right,
we'll go for 3 over.
There's no way you're parring this one either. Okay. So Magnolia is 495
no,
yards.
I'm not. No, I'm taking 3 shots to go on the green.
I am pasting my driver 280 yards.
200 what, sorry?
280 yards.
280
That's it. Maybe on a good day. I'm a Happy Gilmore. I think I'm hitting...
I'm 3 shots to the green. I'm taking 3 shots to the green.
Do you know what? See, in the last 50 years, that's never been under par either.
No.
That's incredible, isn't it? There's only one hole. The par 5s is obviously where everybody's making their shots. And that's
on
where
the back nine.
That's where no, this is the front nine.
No, on the back nine is where making your shots.
No, what I'm saying is the par 5 so far.
Right, okay.
Where there's the only chance. Out of the 5 holes we've spoke about so far, the only hole that's under par is the par 5.
I know.
So that
right, so I'm taking a bogey there. So I'm 5. If you get 3 shots on the green, 2 putts, you're walking off there with a 5.
So in the last 50 years, no, that's lies. Last 70 years, that's been over par.
That's crazy.
I'm off +2 for my sins. I reckon I'm not breaking 100.
Well, no, I'm only 4 over.
I think I'm not breaking 100.
I'm 4 over so far.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
Right, okay. Easy hole. Juniper, par 3.
That's the one that's downhill, isn't it?
That is downhill.
Right.
That has been level par or under par for the last 80 years.
Okay, what's the yardage on it?
It's only 180.
Right, okay, so we're hitting like 7 iron downhill.
Well, you can hit 7 iron.
But it is downhill.
I know, but 180, I think I'm hitting 6.
You think so?
Aye.
Right, okay. But
no, in fact, I would like to hit 7 because that green is a nightmare.
I know, I'm taking a par there. So absolutely, yeah. Okay, so we're still 4 over after 6.
You liking his confidence, or he just feeling he's a dick?
Or both. He's a confident dick.
That's dynamite.
Yeah, he's not taking into consideration any bad shots.
Or wind.
No.
Or the storm.
Or wind.
Nerves. Be bad nerves as well, by the way.
I think you'd be shaking like a shitting dog.
No, it'd be windy.
You absolutely would. Right, Pampas. That's the international sign for swingers, isn't it? Pampas grass in your front door.
How do you know that?
I don't know, don't ask me.
Are you dogging again?
So 450 yards. This is smack on par or thereabouts.
I'm taking a bogey on there. Yeah, I'm honestly, things like that. I'm 3 shots to the green, 2 putts. I'm serious.
It's an absolute
but that's
beauty, in it.
But it's uphill and it's
uphill, massive bunk on the right. That doesn't help my fade. Do you play with fade?
Aye.
A big fade.
80% amateurs play with fade.
Yeah.
80%. And the big massive.
It's something like 95% of professionals play with a fade.
Everyone's going to fade now. And do you know why? You're going to
tell me.
Well, I hope I can tell you. It's new technology.
You know, we're just going to sit and go and point each other for the whole.
It's new tech.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. It's new tech. So I was talking to a pro who at Hamilton driving range used to be his party trick was to go on his hands and he's go on his knees and hit his driver over the back fence.
I've done that before.
He's a car. He'll remain nameless, obviously. I've never done that before. On my hands and knees. Never.
On your hands and knees? You ever hit a driver off your hands and knees?
I've hit a driver, but not hit a back fence at a driving range, big guy.
The back fence was maybe about 30 yards away, but
that's a side fence.
It's the back fence at the house.
So he is a Callaway, well, not a Callaway Tour player, but he's a Callaway player. He's sponsored by Callaway and has been forever. And he was talking about the new AI smoke. Mm-hmm. And he plays with a draw. Maybe 6 or 7 yards. And when he hits it, it's so impressive. It's a different noise. It's like the pros, obviously, on the TV. But he said, because of the tech that's in the golf balls, that started to straighten the ball up anyway in flight. He says, but the new massive sweet spots now, whereas before, if you had to out the toe, you'd have a snap hook or a really big draw, head out the heel, it would be a massive fade or a lovely slice. He says now, because the sweet spots are so big, this QTM, the 10,000 MOI, he said it's nigh impossible some points he says these pros on tour who can turn it at will 20 yards, he says that's a lot to do with their natural golf swing and just because they're aliens. He says he's smashed it and tried to play the biggest hook you can imagine. He says it maybe goes 5 or 6 yards. So that's another reason why Augusta, I think, will be harder this year as well.
Yeah.
Because if you don't set that off online and you don't play that fade in the corner or that draw in the corner, especially the big par fives, then you're...
And that's also why I think Harman's got a chance, because he's played as a left-hander. So he's playing the course that's natural way, which is with a draw. And I've always said if you've got a draw, that's the best way to play Augusta.
Hence why Rory should be doing it. Yeah. The 9th is Carolina Cherry, 460 yards.
The problem is probably not the hole itself, it's the green.
Again up the hill.
But it's also your second shot's up to the green. That green's like
2 big bunkers on the left.
Yeah, but
I'm impressed. I'm looking at the pictures here and you're rhyming every single hole off here.
But I know my head. What
time were you up last night?
Oh, too late.
Were you on the PlayStation?
I wasn't on the PlayStation. I'm not on PlayStation. But no, that's the thing.
That's average in par. Last year, 0.07.
Right, so there are a lot of the pros are hitting like gap wedges and 9-irons into that. I reckon I can go on the green too, but I'm not sure I can walk off with 3 putts.
No, that's my problem.
Yeah, because that, especially if the pin's right at the front and you're putting from behind up top of the hill.
It's the mid part of the green, because that green is downhill, like most of them are, so you've got that runoff area. Then there's a wee level, but a wee plateau, and then there's your right back green, you've got to take enough ball.
Gary, the problem is actually keeping the ball on the green once you're on your putting. You know, I would think you'd want to hit pin high, but maybe to the right.
Zero spin.
Oh God! You'd be playing with a Molitor or something, or your Commando again. You wouldn't be having your Pro V1Xs out for that hole.
Right, Camellia, it's called 495 yards, par 4, downhill,
big hook round to the left, down to the hill.
It's a wee bit of draw, but the fairway cambers left to right, and there's a big bunker in the middle of the fairway. Not that we're getting anywhere near that, to be honest. Then a big bunker right. I reckon I'm parring that.
I reckon you could probably.
Look,
I know the hole.
I know you do, but I reckon I'm parring that. I want a par there.
Okay, right, we'll give you a par. So
you're not getting a par.
Okay, so I'm not going to be mad.
11. White dogwood, 520 yards, right. Par 4.
If I walk off that with a 5, I think I've won a watch.
Because this is one where you have to. Is that where Larry Mize chipped in to beat Greg Norman?
Yeah.
Right, so you need to be aiming miles right.
You've got to be,
and that's the start of the amen corner, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to hit a fade off the tee.
Right, because you the right side of the fairway as much as you can.
You know, and then keep away from the left. But then obviously the problem is
Rory popped on the water there, didn't he? When
you're hit towards the water. That's the problem with that. So you're going to bail it right onto that area and then try and chip. You know, I'm thinking you get a 5 there, you're doing well.
I'll take 6.
Okay, next hole.
12.
Right. What, that's your score?
Do you want there's some unbelievable stats.
I'm taking too big a club and I'm hitting to the back of the
where Rory was, you going into the azaleas?
I'm getting the azaleas and the bunkers at the back.
So that's never been over. That's never under par either.
No. But I don't
2002
think,
just over 0.3.
But I don't think, Gary, it's the actual hole itself. I think it's the history that goes with that hole. And you know, people have actually, the bottles crashed.
That's where your point's perfect. You're standing there and you are shaking. You are shaking, aren't you? Look at that
hole especially. That hole especially, because it's such a historical hole. You think the people who have actually been in leads in the last
Jordan Spieth popped it in there when Danny Willett won, didn't he?
Yeah.
Jordan Spieth put it in there
a couple of times. He did not actually.
Next par 5, he played 2 great shots and then chunked it into the water. See the one that Seville hit the flag and it rolled miles away. Mm-hmm. He was hard when Jack Nicklaus stole his Masters. That broke my heart, that, to be honest.
It did. But Sevy's bad shot wasn't 15. It wasn't this because he was between clubs. Yeah. And rather than play the full shot, he tried to play a 3/4 shot. But they heard the roar from Nicklaus on the 17th. And he said that's what put him off. He said that's what put him off because he was between clubs. You know, so 12. I'm hitting it big. You know.
I'm going big.
Yeah.
Where are you hitting it at?
I don't know.
155.
But it's one of these things where you're probably hitting
Do you think that's when the adrenaline's got a negative effect or a positive effect?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
It's 155, you're hitting a hard 8 and an easy 7.
I'm hitting a 7. But I'm hitting it and I'm not
because they're saying the caddies are saying you need to check the wind.
I know, because you need to look up
rather than the 12th, aren't they?
Don't look at the flag, look at the trees. So 4, I'll be happy with 4.
Right, 13. Azalea.
I'm a par.
Par 5?
Yeah, I'm playing par.
540.
But it's 3 shots. It's not,
well, you're kind of right. So the average is 4.7.
Yeah, you're taking 3 shots in that, and then you're on the green. Hopefully, the pin's in the front, on the bottom.
Hit it back and let it come back down.
Yeah, hit it behind it and let it come back. Roll back down.
Famous shots there, Bubba.
Oh, there's been some amazing shots.
Phil
Mickelson out of the trees. Amazing shot. Just phenomenal.
He's turned into him.
What could you be careful what you're about to say?
He's turned into a bit of annoyance, hasn't he?
He has.
I think the only good thing about Phil now is no short game is his coffee.
Yeah.
His diet.
That's the
coffee.
Thing, but everybody loved Phil for a while.
Short game But the drawing back ruined some high handicappers.
Yeah,
or try to play the full
because they all
flop.
try to play the full shot. You know,
I've never tried that in my puff.
No,
I do it if I've got a bunker in front of me, but I wouldn't do it anywhere else.
No, I've tried it.
And
I'm not saying it was successful.
No, narcissistically, but I think I've got a really decent short game.
Yeah, okay, that's not narcissistic
No,
at all, guy.
Well, my nickname used to be Shorty or Short Game. But we'll see that.
So yeah, I'm thinking par at that hole. Next one, 14. I'm
Chinese far.
Par, because it's not a difficult hole.
I'm so impressed. Have you got this written down? You're just
I know in my head. It's a straightaway hole. There's no bunker on that hole at all.
No, on your t-shirt right. Anyway.
No, I think have they put a new one in the green?
I don't know.
But there never used to be a bunker in that hole.
So 3.9, so just on par,
I'm
2011.
Yeah.
Above par for donkeys years before that. Last year, just above par.
So I'm thinking par. Seriously, because it's not a hugely difficult hole.
Do you know what the biggest influencer is on the scores going above par?
The green?
On a tournament in 4 days? The Sunday.
The Sunday, is it?
Apparently the last 50 that's in contention are doing what you and I do. They're standing at the Ryder Cup shot.
I think so, but I also think the biggest change you can have in your score is 13, 14, 15, 16.
Right after the main corner.
Yeah, after you get past the par 3, those 4 holes, because invariably you can go birdie really easily, catching 4 shots, maybe even a beat, maybe even throw an eagle in there. All of a sudden, you've got a massive amount on the field. You know, so 15 par 5, 3 shots. Okay.
But
because you're trying to get to the top of the hill, you've got between the trees.
550.
Yeah, but that's a 3-shotter. There's no point.
So that is a birdie. Everybody's saying that's birdie.
No, but I'm saying
even 4.5 10 years ago.
Look, I'm expecting to hole anything. I'm just saying 2 putts most times. So I'm on your 2 putts. I'm thinking par 5.
See, I'm scared because if I'm going for that in 2, there's waterfront.
Yeah.
Right. And then if you absolutely bomb
it's water at the back.
Right, but don't get us wrong, it's maybe from the middle of the green to the water at the 16th par 3, isn't it?
But remember, you're going in there with a short iron. You're not
550.
No, for your third. Right, you're not going up there in 2. You're not.
No,
Gary, it's uphill and then it goes downhill. So you're trying to hit to the top of the hill and then down, obviously. To
that shows how far they hit it for us, because they're going in the irons.
Yeah,
for their seconds.
I know. And you go back to even the time when Seve was playing.
Just dicks, isn't
no, you're talking 40 years ago, and Seve was between, was it a 5 and a 4?
A 4 and a 5.
Yeah. And the technology's moved on so much.
He actually won that so much for his dad, that one, didn't he?
I know, because he's obviously.
I love Seve. Right, 16.
16.
I'm going home 1. I'm
right, where's the pin? Where's the pin? Are we talking last
day? Next to the bunker, so that you hit it up. I'm never hitting it that way. I'm hitting it with a
You're hitting it that way.
It comes back, guy.
Yeah. So I'm hitting it that way.
You've got a better chance of getting in the water than me, no.
I know, but I've got a better chance of getting close as well, because obviously.
So that's birdie all day long last year. 2.9.
Right? No. I'm. If I get a par in that, I'm happy.
I'm 3 big bunk. I'm talking shite. I'm in one of the bunkers, and then I'm going to thin out the bunker straight into the water.
And the other bunker.
Then I'm going to tip my car.
You're going to go back to the tee.
What's the handicap? +2. Aye, right.
So 17. You've got to miss the tree.
Do you know 17's high level spoken about?
I know, and it's such a tough hole.
Aye. I'm looking just now.
But it's such a pivotal hole as well.
Driving it in for the tee box.
Yeah. It's the thing about the tree. Obviously about the president. And obviously he's
that's away now though.
It's away now.
That's away.
But that's what it's known for. It's not known for anything else apart from the tree that the president got to move and said, "Yeah, you need to move that." And
see, there's no any bunkers in that tee shot either. But what you do see is the camber of that fairway.
You've got to hit to the top of the hill. You know, so
the first one of the second.
the third.
Christ. 18's made for my shot. Apart from at the front of the tee box.
But again, I'm thinking
that for the back of the tee box. See, when you look at that, and
but they've lengthened that.
They have.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's
good old Tom Fazio done a bit of that. Remember that story last week?
But that's what the thing is you're saying. But obviously, did you watch the ladies?
Brilliant.
Amazing, that girl, the way she finished as well. Brilliant. Birdie, what an amazing finish. In fact, 3 out of the last 4 holes, amazing finish. Her drive, and if we're playing off the ladies' tees, which I'm assuming we are, you know, so the front tees.
It's called the yellows.
Sorry, the front tees. Sorry, right, okay. The hackers tees. Then you've got a chance of getting around the corner.
Do you know that's quite high? That's right on par.
Is it?
Right on par. 18.
I'm surprised at that because it's such a tough hole.
Mm-hmm. Right on par. Yeah. 4, not even worth talking about. 2001. Right. Back in the 19s, it was above par. But last year, 4.3.
What did we give ourselves on the 17th? Did we remember?
I gave myself a 4.
Oh, did you? I gave myself a 3 then. That's fine.
You took a birdie?
No. A 4's a good shout on that.
440.
I know. Again, you're going to be hitting with a sort of reasonable
I'm thinking a 4.
Yeah. Right. Last, I'm happy if you walk off with a 5 because you're going to find a bunker somewhere, you know. in that hole, whether it's like the one off the tee. For me,
I'm not finding the bunker. I'm aiming for the bunkers, but I'm going to.
I know, but the chances are I'm in the bunker off the tee.
No, in fact, the chances are you're not getting off the tee with your draw, because you're hitting the trees that are hanging over there, mate. You're not getting
to the left.
You're definitely not getting off that table.
Right. But I'm thinking 5. Okay, I'm okay with
I'll
5
take
on
5.
that. Yeah. Okay, so what?
And that's us putting out our socks, by the way.
Of course, it is. That's us 2 putts on every hole.
So that's us,
the odd 3 putt.
That's us shot low 80s.
I'm thinking we're probably 81, 82. You may be a bit better.
That's not happening.
You may be 79.
Are we talking shite?
Yeah. So
that's
I'm thinking.
I'm
thinking we sign up next year for this.
For them, make it to the Masters. So we're talking about that.
On the tee.
We've got a guest coming on. A guy called David. What's the David Lee? Sorry, I've known David for a wee while, and he's got a bit on Instagram and TikTok just now. 90 days to make it back playing. Mm-hmm. So he's a brilliant club fitter and coach. Great golf swing, absolutely superb teacher, and he's trying to get playing back on the PGA Tour. Trying to get playing on the Tartan Tour.
Yeah,
and I've been watching it religiously every day to see what he's been doing and chatting away to him, and see the stuff that we don't work on.
But that's the thing as well.
Incredible.
But it's a brilliant thing for amateur golfers to watch that 90 days. Because you think about it, you come out of the winter season when you're not playing.
Just turn up to the drive range and hit 30 wedges and bang your driver.
Yeah, that's it. I'm
ready.
Okay. I'm ready for the
club champ.
I'm ready for the new season. What do you mean? But that's the thing. Watching that, see what he did to get himself back in shape, get his game back in shape. Now you come out of the winter season. If you played during the winter, you've been lucky. If you've not, the clubs have been away hibernating somewhere for at least Christmas and January, February. You take them out in March. We've been to driving range. We've both been to go, okay, maybe need to come a couple more times.
I had a couple of shots that I need to buy a new pinky.
Yeah,
it was so painful
because it's so cold. You hit a shot, you go,
and hitting these stupid blades that you've got.
You're like, that was really nice and clean. I think that was a nice clean.
You don't hit blades, do you? No way.
Nah, no chance.
No chance.
Nah.
They're for butter and toast, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm not at that level.
No, they're for real golfers, Gary.
My handicap, I had been called a real golfer. Just when? Before the... No,
you've been called a lot of things.
They've not watched me playing golf yet. They've read my handicap, thought, you can play. And you're like, what'd you play with? I play the cavity backs or muscle backs, the same as everybody else does.
And you see you swinging, they're like, are you sure you're off plus?
You're like, oh, wait, that. But no, I can't hit blades. Blades are shocking. I was at a PXG day. I don't know if I mentioned that before.
Never. Was it good?
Honestly, I can't tell you how good it was. They let me hit a few of their irons, and they're mega expensive, obviously, as you know. And they let me hit the Tour, and then the Est Tour, the STs they're called. Beautiful looking things, like they're beautiful. But holy moly, the sweet spot in the iron must be about 3 mil in the centre of the club, and if you don't hit that, my goodness me, you're saying words worse than jobby.
Yeah,
it is so. Oh mate, and the distance and the spin the ball just drops out the air. But then the P's were immense, man.
That goes back to what we spoke about, where about fitting people stop spending money to get fitted for clubs, and it's we see
no
that
matter what handicap is,
but it does. The
30-1.
Yeah, I get that, but the problem is it's such an expense. We spoke about the expense of golf clubs last time.
Terrible.
And it's a major investment. If you want to go and change your irons, you're well over £1,000. A driver,
there's some individual irons that just
£500.
And individual irons are at 219 quid. And you need to pay 80 of them in your bag. Well, 7 if you're doing 40 pitch on me.
Yeah, but that's the problem as well. How many times are you going to use that one? And if you look at the clubs that you use the most, and for most amateur golfers, it's probably 7 to wedge. That's the clubs that you're 4. People are like, I need a 3 iron. When? For what? When was the last time you used a 3 iron? I actually don't remember the last. I don't have a 3 iron anymore. I've got a 1 iron.
I would actually like a 3 iron. I had to see the second at Mar Hall. Mm-hmm. That's a proper beast of 4 iron from the back tee, and I still do. You'll get them with a wee bit less, but if there's any window whatsoever with that, you're either try to smoke a 3/4 rescue, which is really difficult to control at 3/4. But if I had a 3 iron and you could paste it.
It's like the last Airdrie, the par 3 up the hill.
That's a beauty of hole.
But it's also...
How difficult is that?
Do you know, if you walk off with a 4, you're not disappointed?
You played Airdrie?
I actually played it with C. Paul Craig.
Aye.
He's a member up here, he took me. It was good.
18's a hard hole for a par 3, innit?
Aye.
Listen, you see walk off, and the green's a nightmare as well, because it's on a
soft slope like that.
Soft slope like that as well. So even if you got on the green, if you get 2 putts, you're doing quite well.
You still a member?
Yeah. So the guys sit up there in the balcony, they watch you and they go, right, you're not 2 putting for their son.
I mean, that's a score breaker, isn't it?
Because I was looking at there was a playoff for the club championship last year, and 3 boys, all fantastic golfers.
I wasn't there.
No, you weren't there. No, there was fantastic golfers, Gary. Was it just great golfers? This fantastic.
Yes,
but the scores that they had on the 18th were like, it was, even they were all like off scratch +1, same as you. I mean, amazing golfers, and not all of them, very few of them actually parred the hole, which is just scary. It's a score breaker.
I mean, that is so frustrating, but do you know what? That is dynamite, because just now, I know that's probably almost sycophantic, but courses for the modern pro are just built on distance. And again, you can link that to the Ryder Cup, can't you? The Americans make it big wide fairways and don't put up the rough so high and just smash a golf ball, sheds the ball, that hits the ball.
And then find it and then hit it onto green, and it becomes a putting competition.
Whereas European guys can hit more fairways statistically,
and have better, more imagination in terms of the shots.
There's a thing for the Masters. There's no Scottish person at the Masters this year.
Was there not?
No, not one Scot playing in the Masters.
That's
first time in so
many years. Long time.
Well, Bob McIntyre made it last year, didn't he? But he didn't make it this year.
So did he not make it this year?
Nope, nowhere near it. To be honest, nowhere near it.
That's disappointing. Yeah, it's because obviously he always quite liked, and obviously Sandy was his last year, wasn't it? Last year, I think.
Dynamite, he's never played.
Yeah, no,
what a shot that was.
That was a fantastic shot. Yeah. It takes you back. I mean, think about there was like 4 or 5 years when Europe, won every single year.
Him, Lathibal, Langer,
Wisdom's shot. When he hits it over the bunker, you have to find it. And he hits
celebration was great.
That's what I'm saying. But it was great. The Masters always gives you a great finish.
Who's your favourite one in the Masters?
And difficult, because obviously I struggle to see past Seve, and
Faldo's were sticking my memory for some reason.
Do they?
Faldo's Masters wins were incredible.
Yeah,
and he was in his pomp.
I'm quite honest, and I actually think
what year did he win it? I don't know.
Faldo was it about 87ish? Because he won it. You're going to go and check it.
I don't want to Google it.
Yeah,
I look like a
Google's friends like that.
He won it twice. Yeah.
I actually think the times that Bernard Langer won it, and the reason for that is because he had such problems with his putting.
I think more so he had such problems with his health. He was allergic to everything that a golf course has He's allergic to the grass, the trees, the pollen,
everything.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think actually his stick out because of what he went through. It was amazing.
Faldo won it 3 times.
Was it 3?
89, 90 and 96.
Dynamite. Knowledge is the bomb. Thank you.
Google's such a friend.
96.
I mean, that's probably
some of the best and worst Pringles you'll ever see.
Oh, no. Yeah. The man had some interesting choices.
Some player.
I know, he was.
Player.
The 96 one was Greg Norman.
Aye.
Is that the one that Norman
he actually felt sorry for Greg Norman when he took the Open off him as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
I bet you need to feel sorry for Greg Norman now.
No, nobody does.
That's a big thing. There's actually a bet to see if he'll appear at Augusta or not.
Do you think so?
Aye, there's people saying that he'll not have a neck to turn up to Augusta. Then other people are saying, well, he thinks that he'll definitely go because that apparent merger is happening soon. Plus,
supposedly happening soon.
He wants to support the guys for Live.
So, do you think?
Who do you think will finish highest for Live?
Brooks,
Koepka,
yeah,
DeChambeau, nowhere.
I don't know because he's actually made a massive difference.
Brooks will finish above Ram.
Yeah,
Ram's done nothing.
I know,
not even close.
No,
and won a team event.
But he got interviewed the other day, and I think he was sort of saying the 54 holes doesn't suit me.
But he said that before he went. To be fair, obviously he offered £440 million to go to Live.
And for a man to turn around and say, I don't play for money, I play to win competitions, and then to get that sort of money, you think, John, really? You kind of put yourself in a bad position by
he was already
being
worth
so vocal.
About 80 million.
Yeah, but you were so vocal about the fact I play for golf. I don't play for money, and all of a sudden it was like, here's 440 million.
Do you think they're about to prove a point?
I don't know. It's a tough one because I think the thing with Ram is he's got no pressure apart from what he puts on himself.
What's his dinner? I didn't check his dinner.
It's quite interesting. There's like tapas and it's obviously very Spanish based, but steak as well. So there's steak.
Right. Did you hear Faldo slating Bubba Watson's?
No.
Because it was Chuck E. Cheese for cheese and a slight burger and some sweet corn, and he said that's the worst Masters dinner he's ever had.
But I bet you enjoyed it.
Aye. And then there was a quote for Ram as well saying the only time Rory's going to get there is if he's a waiter.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Good,
it's supposed to be his friend as well.
What about Oberg?
I don't think he's ready.
He's 9th. Is he 9th in the world?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I know. From doing what? I mean, because he's not actually done.
Well, he turned pro and
last
then
year.
He won on the European tour.
Mm-hmm.
Then his top 20s have been incredible. Yeah. Ryder Cup, he was phenomenal, and he just floats about as if he just doesn't care.
No,
he'll win a.
He'll win a major.
He'll win in the next 2 years.
I think so, but not this year. It's still not ready, So, and that
I've got him on each way.
Oh, have you?
Each way, aye.
Okay, so you were telling me who I got a bet on for, so I probably will put Scotty Scheffler.
Go for it, you name it, and I'll get my bet.
So
on my bets up.
I'm thinking, you're right. I'm thinking Scotty Scheffler, right? But I'm also putting each way Brian Harman,
right?
Because I think he's a good chance. He's also a kind of person that finishes top 5 a lot. He always finishes quite well up there. My outside bet, I don't know. I've just got a sneaky feeling that top 5, Tommy Fleetwood.
Great bet.
And I'll tell you because the last round he played,
Butch Hammond coached him as well.
And also,
that's interesting for Rory, isn't it?
The last way he played the last round last week was his best round, so he's coming into a bit of form, and he's a guy who doesn't take it too seriously. So he's not going to put massive amounts of pressure on himself. But I do think Tommy Fleetwood's a good shout for top 5.
So Shell's is bet Ricky Fowler.
He's a shout for later on in the year.
Justin Thomas.
Maybe not ready.
Hideki Matsuyama.
Again, not. He's massive changes in his swing. It was all over the place last week.
He was, aye. And John Rahm.
He could be. He could just turn it on.
I think Justin Thomas by Shells is not a bad shout because he's been rubbish.
Yeah.
Because he's got so bad at putting. For somebody who's got such good control of his wedges.
I know. For a guy who's it's all about control, and it's just gone. It's strange, right? So be you.
I am going. Obviously, I need to bet Rory because I just love the guy. I've got a man crush on Rory.
Clearly,
I really have. I've got Auberg.
Okay.
I've got an each way bet on Højgaard.
Okay.
Which put me off this morning because it was a practice round with John Rahm.
Right. Okay.
And you know how much I hate Liv, and who I spoke about earlier, Victor Hovland.
Right. Okay.
Each way.
Right.
On the nose, Rory.
Right. Okay.
Because otherwise the odds are shocking. Can't imagine 91 just now. Scotty Scheffler.
What is Scheffler?
72.
72.
10-1 John Rahm.
That's not a bad bet.
Brooks is 16.
Is he?
Aye.
It's because he's not really done anything this year as well. What is Brian Harman?
I have no idea.
We have no idea.
He will be. I'll find it.
I know, because that's what Google's all about.
50 no, it's not Google. It's Paddy Power. Other betting sites are available. He is 50-1.
Seriously,
50.
I think that's great odds. Top 5.
Max Homa's not a bad bet.
He's not in form. I like Max Homa. I think he's got a brilliant
Tiger
swing.
is 70.
Right. I think the bet for Tiger is, will he make the cut? Will he break the record for consecutive cuts? Because he's sitting level just now with Gary Player and Freddie Couples on 23 consecutive putts.
That is good knowledge, isn't it?
Ricky Fowler's someplace.
Aye. Yeah. I've got, my wife bet Ricky.
I think most women bet
wife,
Ricky. That's
no, she. Nobody's porn star moustache.
No. What is that moustache all about? I know for two guys that have blessed with facial hair, but that's a really bad moustache.
That's a bad.
I know.
Who have you got?
I've no bet him there. I just want to touch a favourite at 41.
No.
I just think to go 4 rounds is you're not getting your value for money. Are you?
Absolutely no chance.
No
chance.
However, you need to bet big.
You need to pick up $100 on it.
Aye.
Yeah.
To make anything.
Aye, I just don't. Too short. Even Rory at 10s is short.
I just take Rory because, as I said, because he does things to my pants. He's just amazing.
It's just not.
He is, honestly.
It's not the kind of comment you would hear.
I couldn't care less if that's a court case. That Rory is just
a court case. That's a police case.
I couldn't care. Get him up. He's just, and his pomp. He's just unbelievable.
But his pomp was years ago.
No, I don't mean that. When he's on it. When he's on it. His pomp was years ago.
When he's on it.
When he's playing. No, when he's on it. When he's playing his game.
Right,
when he's hitting. I tell you who's good at good. What about the boy?
Goody good. What word is that, Gary? Goody good.
What about Batia, who just won? No chance. Nearly dislocated his shoulder celebrating.
Absolutely.
He's built like a side of a fiver,
yes,
isn't he?
I know.
How can he be that good at golf?
And that's the
problem. It reminds me of Bubba because he shapes it left and right.
Yeah,
that's some talent. And just didn't he go to just left school and turned pro?
That's what they're saying. That he does. He shapes every shot. He shapes it. He doesn't think. He doesn't have a thing. Hitting it straight. He's thinking,
no.
"Am I going in that way? Am I going in that way?" And that's a great imagination to have.
I'm just looking down the list here to see if
anybody sort of jumps out.
Tom Kim's supposed to be the next big thing as well in America, isn't he?
He's supposed to be
90.
Sergio's
121. I don't think Sergio will make the cut.
No, neither do I.
Tom Kim's actually 125-1.
Has he moved?
On 365, that is.
Is he?
Aye.
Other sites are available. Aye, jeez. Adrian Maronk, there's not a bad bet.
For what, top 10?
125-1 each way.
He's got a bit of form as well this year.
Phil Mickelson 150.
If Mickelson,
he's obviously got better odds and a better side than me.
He obviously has. If Mickelson turns up and makes it, I'll be surprised.
Mickelson's 200.
Jesus.
I can't see Mickelson.
Danny Willett 350.
I know.
With half a shoulder.
But and he's done what's Danny done since then? He doesn't have to do anything at all.
No.
He's
Jose Maria 1,000. What would they have to make the cut?
To make the cut.
Who's Jasper Stubbs?
It's Jasper Stubbs. It's Mr. and Mrs. Stubbs' boy.
Oh, is that?
Aye.
Jose Maria's 5,000 to 1.
Was 5,000 to 1?
Aye.
To make the cut.
I wonder if we'd get on to make the cut. That could be a decent bet.
It would be a good, decent bet, wouldn't it? Because there's always somebody, there's always one of the old guys. Freddie Couples to make the cut. And there's a good show.
Dynamite.
Yeah, there's the
Look at that golf swing.
Dave, beautiful. Just so fluid.
Unbelievable.
He must be double jointed because there's no way he's getting the club back that far.
Wrecked.
It must be wrecked, aye.
Wrecked.
Or it's an elastic band.
There's a thing. What do you think the roll back of the golf ball will do to Augusta? Or not do to Augusta. What do you think that'll do to the Masters? That makes it interesting, does it not?
I think so.
I'm losing 10, 15 yards. A club or two clubs.
But will it make a difference? You know, these guys are so long off the tee. You know, and do they then obviously combat that with technology somewhere else?
But I'm trying to look back at these holes here. What hole was that I was thinking about earlier? 15. If you're right in the cusp of going for that in 2, does that negate that and make you go for it in 3?
Possibly, but then it depends where you're going to put the ball, because then you got to obviously because the green slopes.
That just comes in my head.
Because the green slopes towards the water at the front. You know, and the creek. And so
you need the long, don't you? 15.
15, you've just got to hit it long off the tee and miss the trees on the left hand side. So you've got to hit it with a slight fade.
Who do you think will be the biggest surprise? Breakthrough. Who do you think will be the biggest surprise
this year, or do you mean
not just in the Masters this week?
I
can't wait, you know that. If my boss is listening, I will be working from home Thursday, Friday,
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
If my wife is listening, I've got a lawyer's letter on its way. You can divorce me because I won't be moving for the TV.
But we can get remarried again Monday morning. I'm thinking Harman could be the biggest breakthrough because he's not.
You've got a wee bit of. You're slagging me for Rory. You've got a bit of a crush here on Harman.
But I think his game suits Augusta. I think the guy can putt, and I think the fact he plays left-handed with a fade suits the other.
Because it's a draw for everybody else.
It's a draw for everybody else, you know. And they say that's the shot you have to have, and he's long off the tee as well.
You seen the Callaway golf bag?
No,
gorgeous. Abs, aye, I saw the flivers. TaylorMade is born, no offence. TaylorMade, it says green and white, as everybody does it. Quite rightly for the Masters, for the tradition. Yeah, par 3 competition. Who's winning that?
I don't think it really matters, does it?
No,
if you win that, you're not winning the Masters anyway. You deliberately throw that.
You would be hitting balls in water all day long.
You could be 6 under par going to the last hole, and you're like, this is on the water 5 times. You know.
What about Tony Finau popped his ankle back in on that?
I know, that's just crazy.
That still sits in me, that.
Do you know, he's somebody that's got talent.
For someone who's got a 3/4 golf swing and knocks it 20 yards by most people, that's incredible.
And it doesn't even look as though he's hitting the ball.
Why does he not win?
Win what?
Putting? He doesn't win much. You don't really. I think he's top 30. And I'd like to see what his averages were for.
Well, he won once last year, didn't he? I think. But again, you're right. Somebody should be winning a lot more. But as you say, is it
a dead nice guy, totally lovely guy. His family.
Everybody loves him. Is it his putting? Is it just in his short game? Is that the difference at these guys at this level? Because
100%.
most of them can hit the ball long.
Wedges and putts.
Yeah,
I think Rory's point in case, isn't he?
Yeah. Because off the tee, there's probably only Scheffler's better off the tee in terms of that.
What is Butch done? But is he setting it more on the inside as opposed to the outside? Because you see him in the tournament just there. He was doing the old Ricky Fowler. He was going to practice went back to setting P1.
I think the problem is with Brooks is because he's such a big guy as well, is actually just setting the club back in the right position.
No, I mean Butch for Rory.
You know, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that all of them. You know, I think Rory's become too bulky as well. I think you look at Rory when he was a young boy. He was a skinny. He was like that. Right. You see him now. He's ripped.
Do you think Butch will make a difference for him? Or is it too early to the Masters?
It's too early. But I think it's the right move for him. And I think it's the right move when we go back and we talk about obviously.
Was it 148 foot, 150 on approach?
It's just ridiculous.
For inside 100 yards.
I know. For a guy of his ability, he should be putting the ball into like 3-4 feet every single time.
I would be so happy to see him win it.
Do you know, Hank, like watching full swing, he seems to be in his own head about the majors?
That is the best. That's the best point. That's the best point.
Maybe wants it too much.
Those 6 inches between his ears is destroying him.
Because I think we spoke about the Masters last time.
He's trying to have the Tiger. He's trying to have that Tiger mentality.
Yeah.
Tiger said that every other tournament was just a lead up to a major, and he won 80 odds of them, didn't he? But,
no, he's won a few.
But I think you couldn't be any closer to the truth in that statement, to be fair. I think he is, because when you watch him in full flow and you ask every pro in that full swing, every one of them said if everybody has their best day on every part of their game, Rory wins by 2. But there's always a day where you and I would beat Rory in those 4 days, where you look at it and go, his average might be...
That's a big shout, Gary.
I'm making it in a honest comparison. I'm not saying I would beat Rory McIlroy by any ways or means.
Sure, that's not what you said, Gary.
But there's one of those days where, when you look at the rest of the pros, I tried to scratch me over. When you look at the rest of the pros and they're having their worst days are 73 or 74. Rory's worst day can be a 77, and he can shoot 5 over. Or he can put
himself right out of the competition.
Or it can be worse. It can be right in the hunt at 3 or 4 off the lead, and then everybody else shoots 4 or 5 under, and Rory shoots level par. And before he knows it, he's double that. That
these guys move forward, and Rory just stays where he is.
There's always that one day.
Yeah.
And don't get us wrong, nobody thinks about it and prays more for Rory to win than me, because I love the guy, but
you do know this isn't the Rory McIlroy show.
I know. Well, we could title this one the Mac Show.
The Mac Show, yeah.
But I don't think there's anybody else that I've got such an affinity with. I mean, I loved Monty. Mm-hmm. When you watch Monty playing golf, he was always pin high. He always gave himself a chance. Amazing Nick. I loved Faldo because he was the first guy that ever took their golf swing and just chucked it out the window, and David Ledbetter built it and he come back. It's just this. He looked like
he was a machine.
He looked like a Terminator, didn't he? Just had the same golf swing, same mentality, and just won. And you were like, bloody hell! So there's one guy at every club that every player knows and goes, that guy's it's relentless.
Yeah.
He just plays golf all the time, or no golf, he just plays decent golf all the time, and you need to really play to beat him. But even when you're looking at handicap matches, if I play Roddy, I mean, Roddy's I did tell him, we were chatting about it the last podcast, and I said he was off 14. He abruptly corrected me and said he was off 12.
Oh, right, okay.
I was like, all right, Roddy. But Roddy's 12 is
a good 12.
Is like an 8. So when I play Roddy, I've got no chance. We're 50 pence a par and a pound of birdie, a fiver for 9 and a fiver for 18, and I'm 25 quid down every time I play him. And we're talking about beers earlier and drink on the golf course. We played in a Texas scramble. My brother-in-law Gary and Roddy, there was only 3 years, and we're playing. Me and Gary had 3 bottles of Coke Zero in our bag. Roddy had 15 cans of beer on top of the battery of his buggy, and he still shot the lights out. And mostly, obviously, you take your 4 shot seats, and there's 2 free ones there for anybody. But Roddy, with his wand that we spoke about last week, Roddy hits a rescue about 130 yards, and he calls it the wand, and it lands like a butterfly with sore feet. And in fact, I've seen him spinning it, which is just incredible. But when you play a scramble with him, when it's his, when you say they pick my drive, he stands and he's like that. And I'm not being narcissistic. He's like, is this what golf is like up the tap end? Is it? I've never used these clubs. When he's hitting like a 4 iron, like 160 yards, and we're all popping 8 or 7s in, and he's like, I've got no idea. But then you put your marker down, and the 3's got a putt at it. Different gravy in it.
As you say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's how many.
No. And there's a thing as well for anybody who plays golf, is that no matter what your handicap is, no matter how far you hit it, Roddy hits the ball more out the middle at every golf club than I do. And my handicap is half decent, and you at single fingers is brilliant. So it doesn't matter what your handicap is. Roddy knows that I would get him so happy with myself if I hit 90% of my shots out the middle of the bat. I would be ecstatic, but I don't do that. You've heard me on the tee, I'll say, you'll go shot, and I'll go, no, it's a wee bit toey.
Yeah, but also you and I will know, I'll say, and Roddy will say, I think Gary played well today. I'm like, actually, no. I don't think he actually hit the ball that well, but he scored well, and sometimes that's the difference. And
that's what we're talking about, Rory. I'm not making a comparison to myself, Rory. I think in relative terms, that's what the bet. If you look at Brooks turns up to the majors and goes, I'm just going to shoot the lights out.
Yeah.
I'm the best player here. No matter what,
and he believes it.
He does believe it.
And DeChambeau believes it as well. You know.
I've never been a fan. I mean, I'm impressed. But
this goes back to this thing we are talking about, where the public persona and the private persona are 2 different things entirely. You know, you look at there's some great examples. Bryson DeChambeau apparently in real life is a really nice guy. He's funny. People like his company, but on the golf course, do you like him? No, absolutely not. There's a couple of guys, obviously, a couple of boys went to Live that last year, you know, and we'll not mention them because obviously they're on the course, their temper is just ridiculous. But I've heard them get interviewed, and you think, you're lovely.
He's definitely talking about Terrell Hatton, isn't he?
Well, I didn't want to say it. honestly. Because the thing is, I've seen him interviewed and I thought to myself, I like you and I really shouldn't like you because I've seen you on a golf course and there's a temper tantrums and there's like toys at the pram and he's shouting.
I think Tillahan's obviously got the ability to be as good as he wants to be. I think his golf swing's the prettiest. There's a certain strange impact. He kind of stands up a wee bit, but he gets the job done. And he's frightening at golf. He was amazing in the Ryder Cup. That's absolutely just money that he went to live for.
Of course it is, and he admits it.
I get it.
Absolutely honest about it.
I do get it. I don't say I like it, but I get it.
And he said he went there because obviously John Ram went there and he thought, well, and John Ram admits that he thought that he was a tipping point. That if he goes, he just won the Masters, I'm going to go and live, and then all of a sudden it would be this massive thing, right, we need to get everything together because John Ram's went. And Tyrrell Hatton thought, if John's going there, I'm going there because I'm going to be in the same team as him, I like him, we're good guys, I'm also getting 40 million. How can you say no to that?
I think they've just went too far. I see the whole party during, before, after the tournament. I mean, I'm not saying that you need absolute silence playing golf, and I'm not saying that that's the way it should be, but I think I'd be a bit pissed off if I was at a normal golf course and you could hear a party going on next day. You could hear a party going on next day. I would be... That would drive me insane. So I think they've went a bit too far, and I think they're now looking for the PGA merger more than the PGA Tour.
They're looking for a bit of credibility.
Because what they spent billions. Yeah. And Nick Faldo made a great point as well when I was reading through the week there. He said as well is that these guys that are turning up to Augusta have been playing resort courses. They've not been playing like Bethpage Black. They've not been playing Pinehurst. They've not been playing Pebble. They've been playing resort courses that you and I can turn up to and go, I played right with relative tees because I know they hit the ball further than us, but if I'm playing off their version of the whites and know the blacks that the super pros were playing off of, I'm playing off the whites and you go, well, I'm going to play well. I remember, so Longhurst Hall down at Rockcliffe Hall, down at Newcastle, was renowned for years for, I think they're gold tees they're called, for the longest course in Europe. And it is enormous. And I got made as a bet go for the Trilby Tour. Remember that was the one Sky Sports used to wear the wee hats and all that. I go to the final of that, and the final was in Rockcliffe Hall, and you played you played 3 matches, 6 holes each, and it was so set up for the mid handicappers that were bandits. So you had to stand in front of the Sky camera and go, Gary, Bar Hall +3, and then a guy would say his handicap. I had to give this 3 handicapper 5 shots or 6 holes. So I stood in the first tee, the Sky cameras are there, and I was shaking like a shitting dog, but I just thought, I'm just going to rip this. I'm just going to hit it as hard as I can. I don't care where it goes. There's people out there that will find it, like the pros. I'm just going to smash it, and I've launched this drive and it's straight down the middle. And Roddy was my caddy, and Roddy's got the sorest back in the planet, who gets a buggy and has a trolley, and he was fucking furious to get my bag. And he gave you this like old fashioned Callaway bag for the 1980s. Amazing day it was, and it was blistering hot as well. And we were pissed the night before because they let you play the golf course, and it was blistering heat. Me and Roddy in the buggy with the beers, and we stayed there all night, and the bugger snores like a trooper. Anyway, we played that, and this guy was 40 yards behind me. I've put a 7-iron to 12 feet. He's hit a 6-iron to about 6 feet. I've missed my putt for birdie, got a par. He's hold the birdie, and he's got a shot. And I'm like, that's the face I made. I'm like, I'm getting my knickers pulled in here. Par 3 wasn't that big. I think I hit 6. I knocked it in the bunker. He hit 7 and put it past me onto the green. I've holed my bunker shot. He's hold his birdie and beat me in the hole. And you're like, hey, what's going on here? So he beats me. I think he beat me 2-1. Then I put the guy off 18 who was dreadful. With all due respect, if you're that guy, he was dreadful. Beat him 4-2, I think, hammered. Played this other guy off a 12, and he was incredible. But we played for the very back tees on the practice night, me and Roddy says, don't ask me to do that again. It was a par 4, and it was just shy of 500 yards a par 4. And there was tees about 50 yards behind us, and you're like, who's that for?
Yeah.
Who's going to pay £100 for a round and go, do you know what, we'll make a right arse ourselves and we'll play after the back tees.
That's going to have a horrible 18 holes.
And then drive 4 hours back up the road and feel the worst I could feel.
Feel absolutely miserable. Think, how do you play today? Don't ask me.
Right, so next week we have got a possible couple.
Okay.
So a couple of potential celebrities.
Celebrities?
Yes, they are celebrities.
Minor celebrities, major celebrities?
Two. Can it cope before Mike? Superb, what a place. Kirsten Scott, who is the pro at Codder.
So, not Kirsten Scott, Thomas.
No. She had a article in Golf Monthly for putting. She's an amazing coach. And then David Lee, obviously. And then we have also got a promise from a couple of general managers. So Andrew will be quite happy to name him. Andrew McIntyre is a manager at Hilton Park. So he's committed that he'll come on as well for us. So hopefully it won't just be us two and yourself pitching points into our podcast.
Absolutely. And once again, we're running out of time and we've covered half the things we're meant to talk about. We've been covered it quickly. Then we'll just say, right, tips for the rest of the other majors. So US Open, it's been put at Pinehurst. Martin Keimer won there last time. Brooks Koepka and Ricky Fowler came second. Right.
Ricky's got no chance.
Right, okay. So Pinehurst number 2.
Pinehurst number 2, Rory.
Okay, right. Wasn't my pick for that. Okay. My pick for that could be Brooks because he knows the course and it's his kind of course. Next one, USPGA, Valhalla.
Rory.
My pick for, funny enough, it is my pick for, it's also my pick as well. Open, Routrin, Henrik Stenson won there last time. So Routrin, and just for to obviously be a small point that was made to us last time, that the postage stamp is actually the 8th.
I know, we get picked up on it. We made a mistake. We are only human.
And the 17th at Pebble Beach is a famous hole because Tom Watson chipped in. It wasn't the most famous hole, but it's kind of famous, because of Tom Watson. But apart from that, so Routrin, Stenson won last time. That was the thing. Him and
Hovland.
Do you know what? That's my tip as well. Hovland. I think it'll suit Hovland, and I do think it's his kind of course because low launch on the fairway. I agree with you. That was we were talking about obviously on. I said I think Victor's got a chance. I always think it's far enough away that gives him that extra couple of months to work with the new coach. I agree with you. Yeah, I think Hovland for Troon. So. And on that, once again,
thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for putting up with our nonsense for the last 37 seconds.
He's waving pound notes at us.
So, thanks very much, and we'll see you soon.
We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.